Hello, this is Purana Talk, the show that asks you, what? We read the Puranas. We just decided to start reading the Puranas. We had all these Puranas from, they are the 18 Mahapuranas, and the translation was done by a board of scholars under the editorship of Professor J.L. Shastri. They are published by Motilal Banarsi Das. Because, different variations or recensions are all over the place, but if you're going to read one, you've got to read one, and that's the one we're reading. And you can actually buy it. You can order it online. You can type in buy, or talk to your Google thing that and just say buy the Puranas from Motilal Banarsi Das in India.
Or say it to Siri, whoever you've got.
Yeah, whoever you. Anyway, that said, yeah, we call it Purana Talk, and we just sit around and we read from the Puranas.
We try to bring some enlightenment to the translator as well as to the others that might read it.
Well, we've read enough of these at this point that we kind of get a sense of what's going on, though they are compendiums of infinite variation. And our surprise this time was that we've stumbled upon a long Ayurvedic text stuck in the middle of the Garuda Purana.
Sprinkled with magical spells.
Yeah, like fairy dust. Only sometimes kind of black magic. Bad fairy dust. I think I kicked the table. Okay, so again, we are doing chapter 183 of part 1 in the Garuda Purana. It is subtitled, at least by the translator, Diseases, and in this chapter, Hari, another name for Vishnu, speaks to Rudra, another name for Shiva.
This heck.
Yes.
Oh, nothing.
You heard it here. Okay, Hari said, a decoction of Maricha, Shringavera, Kuttaja, Twacha, when drunk, removes Grahani. O Shiva, with the crescent, with the moon for crest. Shiva wears the moon in his hair. But he's just gave him a remedy for removing diarrhea. Grahani is diarrhea, so. All right, next stanzas 2 and 3. Pipali mula, so not only long pepper, but long pepper root. Maricha, which is mirch, which is another pepper, black pepper in this case. Tagara, vacha, devadaru juice, which might be sap from the deodar cedar tree, conceivably, or from the leaves. And pata must be ground into paste with milk. When drunk, this removes dysentery. A collyrium made of maricha and till flowers removes chlorosis. 4. A rudra, equal quantity of haritaki and jaggery when taken with honey is a good laxative. There's no doubt about it. So that's something to know about haritaki because it's one of the common herbs in Ayurveda. They're basically just having it with jaggery and honey, so sweetened haritaki is a good laxative. So it sounds to me like it's mostly the haritaki talking.
Mm-hmm.
So haritaki, laxative. Tripala, Chitraka, Chitra, and Katu Korohini constitute a good purgative and a remedy for urustamba, paralysis of the thighs. Urustamba, again, the stamba for paralysis, which again is another overlap with the magical content in a sense, because that's one of the 6 magical powers is making
things still or stop.
Yeah, paralyzing or stopping, and it's called stambana. A decoction 6, a decoction of haritaki, shringavera, devadaru, and chandana cooked with goat's milk, and root of apamarga or jayanti, remove urustamba in 7 days. 7. Pills made of a compound of Ananta Shringavera, finely powdered, and equal quantities of Gugulu and Jaggery are very effective in all disorders of Vayu, nerves and sinews, and impaired digestion. So things that all fall into the wind and Vata camp, in a sense. Vata issues are wind issues often, and nerves, sinews, all of the networks that send signals and stuff in the body are in that domain, and impaired digestion. And digestion also, anything that transforms and moves things along is related to Vata and Vayu. I'm noticing it's turning into a very nice day out there, isn't it? Isn't the sky turning blue, or it's rather grayish blue?
Maybe. We can see.
8. Cull the Shankapushpi plant with roots and leaves when Pushya star is in conjunction with the moon, and cook it in goat's milk. It's a good remedy for hysteric fits. Shankapushpi is like the conch flower, shunk flower,
I notice it has this lunar timing too, for some reason.
Yeah, well, specifically when the nakshatra, or the star of Pushya, is conjunct with the moon.
Which would be at a certain time of year.
Or a certain time of month. I don't know how that works. It just has to be every time that nakshatra is near the moon. The moon's moving around a lot. And the nakshatra,
well, I guess once a month.
Maybe. I'm not enough of an astrologer.
Well, the moon goes all the way around once a month. So.
9. A decoction of ashwagandha and abhaya in equal quantities is a sure remedy for raktapitta. Raktapitta, which it says is hemorrhage. Blood pitta. Blood heat or blood yellow. I don't know how pitta is being taken here. It's a dosha, blood dosha. The dosha of pitta. 10. But it's hemorrhaging. 10. Take a mouthful of powdered kushta, and haritaki, and wash it down the throat with cold water. All sorts of vomiting vanish. Makes you wonder how many sorts of vomiting there are. 11 to 12. A decoction of guruchi, padmaka, arishta, danyaka, rakta chandana, and Rakta Chandana removes fevers due to pitta and kapha, vomiting, burning sensation, and thirst, and improves digestion. With the mantra Om Hum Namaha, Shankapushpi is tied to the ears. Again, this is the conch flower. Then recite the following mantra. All fevers will be dispelled. Om Jambani Stambani Mohaya Sarva Vyadhin Me Vajrena Taha Sarva Vyadhin Me Vajrena Pat. 13. That pat at the end is this kind of banishing or dismissing sound that, there are ways that you cleanse a space or clear out negative energies or evil demons or whatever you want to call them by stamping your foot on the ground and yelling Om Pat Swaha. Swaha then is the offering into the fire thing, it takes it and transforms it. But anyway, Pat Swaha. That's 13. Take the flower and recite the above mantra 800 times and hand it over to the patient and touch his nail. O Rudra, the Chaturtika, and other types of fever calm down immediately. And Chaturtika, that's the one that had like 4 in the word. So Chaturtika, it was quotidian fever, which also seems to refer to 4 in a Latin. But I don't know what quotidian fever would be. But I remember it because it had that 4 in it, Latinized. So like an accurate translation, I guess, more or less. 14. A compound of jambu pala, the jambu fruit, the fruit that grows on the tree in the center of Jambu Dweep, the universe island. It's This is a compound of Jambupala, Haridra, and the slough of a serpent fumigated removes all fevers, and especially the quotidian. There you go again, the quarterly fever. Is it a recurring thing like malaria maybe that comes on like every 3 months, and so they just call it?
Yeah, well, I think it is something like that. It's a disease you didn't really entirely get rid of. It keeps coming back in a pattern.
And that you can't cure it, but you can treat it.
You can treat it.
You lessen the.
All
All right.
At least you think you're treating it. It isn't even. In things like malaria, it'll just go away on its own sometimes, and sometimes for quite a while.
Or it'll go into, regress to the point you don't see the symptoms.
Right.
Herpes and things like that, I think, are similar.
Right.
15. Oil should be cooked with Karavira, Bringapatra, Lavana, Kushta, and Karkata in 4 times cow's urine. This removes itches. Vicharchika and Kushta. Oh, well, this removes itches, Vicharchika, and Kushta. Vicharchika, I don't know what that is, but the chika, I think chika, there's like various pox that have this part of a word in them. I recognize it from other things. By anointing this, all ulcers heal. This is the oil in 15 of Karavira, Bringapatra, Lavana, Kushta, and Karkata in 4 times cow's urine. Kick it up. 16. Pipali and honey are sweet diet, or the bulbous root surana, cure enlarged spleen. I don't know what that means. Pipali and honey, I understand. That's long pepper ground up mixed with honey. It says that, or sweet diet, or the bulbous root surana, cure enlarged spleen. 17. Pipali and haridra, pasted with cow urine, must be inserted into the rectum. It removes piles.
Could give them to you too. Sounds like.
1819. An oral administering of ardraka with goat's milk is a cure for enlarged spleen. I think that's ginger. Ardraka with goat's milk is a cure for enlarged spleen. Saindava, Viranga, Somaraji, Sarshapa, and 2 types of Rajani and Visha must be ground into paste with cow's urine and applied with leaves of nimba, etc. This removes kushta. That's chapter 183.
So I think I would recommend to the translator that instead of using the word cure all the time, he uses the word treat. It would be much more to the point.
Well, and that may well be what is meant, but lacking the precise words in translating this.
Well, sometimes they're just being verbose too, and pretending they have it figured out completely. Mm-hmm. When they say with certainty and things like that.
Absolutely.